What's up, everybody? It's Duran with Cage Automotive. Most importantly, the best conversation of the week. So, woo! It's been a long week, right? And it's not even over with yet. And I'm sure some of you guys are feeling that. You know, it's been a crazy month. It's going fast. Can you believe it's almost halfway through the month? But so real quick, this week, I think one of the best conversations was part of one of the best meetings that I was in this week was at a dealership group in Mississippi. And in the training, this group, the COO, had them read a book, which is one of my personal favorites by John Gordon, which is Energy Bus, right? And so some of you might not have read this book, or maybe you've heard of it, but it's about just being super positive and bringing a lot of energy to the team and to yourself, really starting with yourself. And I remember when I was in a real jacked up place in terms, especially with leadership, and I was just that old negative Nelly kind of leader and just running people off left and right. But so he had them read this book, and one of the individuals of the team, of the BDC team, she even finished it within a day or two, right? And it's one of those books that can be completely life-changing, but it definitely helps develop the culture. And so my tip to you today off of that conversation is, what are you doing to invest in your people? What books are you guys reading as a team? You know, and it doesn't have to just be this book, but there's so many books out there that your team can watch, they can read, they can do audio books. There's so much stuff that everybody can do to keep their mind sharp. But off this, I wanted to give you just a couple highlights, right? So here's the whole book is based off of 10 rules for the for the ride of your life, and it's a phenomenal book. There's a great story in there. If you guys get a chance to read it, if you haven't read it, definitely get a chance to read it. If you have read it, I think like myself, I'm going to go back and reread it because I probably need it myself. But one of the first things it says, you're the driver of your bus, right? And so as you can take that, it starts with yourself in terms of if you want to change a department, especially if you're a leader, start with yourself. The second one, desire, vision, and focus. Move your bus in the right direction. I don't know if it's up to you guys, but when you're in a department or in a company, you got to get everybody moving in the same direction. I think in most BDCs in the automotive industry, you know, in departments, one of the hardest things to get everybody moving in the same motion. So by doing that, you know, by starting with yourself, then starting with the group, you can make magical things happen. And then another light is fuel your ride with positive energy, you know, and I'll stop at that. I'm not going to take all this stuff, but fuel your ride with positive energy. And I've been preaching that a lot over the last few weeks, but I'm serious, y'all. The energy that you pour into yourself is contagious. It gets to the rest of your team, and you guys can do amazing things happen. It's the reason why you can go into one dealership and you go in there and you feel freaking just phenomenal when you leave there. Like, wow, man, that was an awesome place. And then you can go to another dealership or another store and you leave there feeling like, oh my gosh, like you almost feel bad. I don't know if there's a movie where a guy walks into a scene at a house and he can feel the negative energy and just bamps and just walks out like, I can't be in here, it's too bad. And that's how I feel sometimes as a consultant going into some of these stores and like, wow, you know, like, man, the energy level is rough. So if you're a leader, start with yourself. If you're a salesperson, start with yourself, and then let other people around you feel that energy, you know, and get them on your bus. So the tip, you know, invest in your people. Why don't you guys start a book? If not this one, get one book that you guys all starting next week and watch how it impacts your business and also impacts the lives of the people that work for you. All right. Hope everybody has a phenomenal weekend. Crush it. Go hard. Take care. Thank you, guys.